I'm sure your marketing team points out how they're trying to troll you in the marketplace. Okay, I'm sure they're doing that. Can you bring this one clip? I know you were on, what do you call it? On, what was it? Bill Maher, and Bill Maher talked about the boots. I've seen you walk with these boots. Go ahead and play this clip. This on TikTok went viral. It doesn't have 1 million views. It doesn't have, 10 million views. This thing's got 1.2 million likes. And some people are wondering,
what are they? I don't even. I haven't seen that.
They've not shown this to you. Okay,
No.
what they're trying to say with this is that in your boots you have heels.
No.
That's what they're trying to say.
Those are just standard off the rack Lucchese.
How tall are you? How tall are you, Governor? How tall?
5'11".
5'11". Okay. Why don't you wear tennis shoes and dress shoes?
I do wear tennis shoes when I work out. Yeah, 100%.
You do.
Yep.
Okay. I got a gift for you. I'd love for you to wear. Okay. I shop at Ferragamo. Okay. And
I don't accept gifts. I can't accept it.
I totally get it.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, his immediate reaction. 5'11". I'm sorry. I think Ron DeSantis wear high heels, and I just want to shout out. I think Ashley St. Clair may have just driven the final nail into the DeSantis campaign coffin.
Yeah, he's not going to recover from this. And I'm not being sarcastic or hyperbolic at all. He is not going to be the president, and this is like his. I think the guy's
Howard
name was
Dean?
Yeah, the Dean moment. Because I mean, the honesty, like the truth is, if you're like below 6 foot, you're not going to be the president. People talk about half the presidents have been under 6 foot and half of them were over. But how many since the advent of television. have been under 6 foot?
I still think 5'11" is the height men give when they know they're not 6 feet. Or nodding at me. When you know they're not 6 feet, but they can't officially, they want to pretend they're a little taller. So it's like, I'm 5'11". No, they're actually 5'8". And no, that's not bad. I wish he would just own it, right?
Well, no, I mean he could own it, but he's not.
But he's not going.
Yeah,
and also,
he's never going to be the president if you're not tall.
Can you imagine? He went from being the governor that was the face of freedom, the governor that was basically next up in line. If he would have waited till 2028, he would have probably been the Republican nominee. And now instead, we're sitting around here talking about, does he wear high heels? His best hope is to get an Instagram sponsorship with a heel company. This is what happens.
I don't know that I believe. I don't know that I believe that he ever would be able to be the president just because of his height. I strongly believe that if you're not,
Phil, we're in a progressive, accepting society.
No, because that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Stop. That doesn't count for men. That is not the truth for men at all.
But without Trump in the race, would we even be talking about it? Trump is the one who put his people on this. This is a Trump that we nobody cared about these things necessarily.
He would get on stage and be next to someone taller, and that's all it would take.
Okay.
Because I honestly don't believe that there is a situation where people are going to look at dudes on stage behind a podium, and if one is significantly taller than another, they're not going to vote for the short guy. They're just not going to do it.
We believe in you guys. Come on.
I pulled up a bunch of photos, just looking at my phone, of from way before DeSantis was running for president, and I just looked up photos of Trump with DeSantis, and he looks like he's probably 5'11". Unless
that's a fake height. No men are 5'11". They're just pretending to be 6 feet.
Then 5'10". Unless he's been wearing high heels the whole time, which is possible, and then no one noticed until now.
I imagine that he probably did.
He probably wore them as soon as he's probably been for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as he started dating. Maybe.
I mean, if he's wearing them now, it's something that he's been concerned with.
We need to get a picture from when he got married, because he got married in his dress uniform, which might be harder to hide lifts in, and then we can do a comparison to the objects around them. That's my new theory.
That photo is amazing. He's floating into the sky.
This is what a lot of people said about this picture right here, that his they think he's wearing these fake shoes, otherwise he's got really long
Is it
legs.
fibula?
He's halfway to heaven.
Fibula?
The one that's there's no way any human has this length of bone except for Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, someone said DeSantis' heel lifts are so high it looks like he's being photographed mid-rapture.
Mm-hmm.
I just think if he had
Unless it's Photoshop, I don't know.
I just wish he had responded to this more positively, embraced it with humor, because it would have been a different, I don't know that it would have changed his campaign completely, but it would have given him the personality that right now people critique him for not having, right?
He's humorless. He's lifeless. That's the problem.
This was this perfect moment to do something, and I'm just sad they didn't embrace it, right? I'm not trying to make him feel bad about his height, he can be any height he wants to be, apparently, but it doesn't have to be like this. And they made it this weird sticking point that now people are always going to try and bring up.
I mean, I still strongly feel like
Phil will only have a tall president, I guess.
It's about the way that people unconsciously react. It's not something that people are going to be able to identify on their own. They're going to say, they'll just be like, I don't know. The other guy just looks more presidential. It'll be, he's more commanding. I trust him. And that is
a deep part of human psychology.
It is all about charisma. And when it comes to men, taller men are looked at as an authority. That is just the way people react. That is not anything, no one thinks about it at all. It's attractive privilege. It's a 100% attractive privilege. And that's the way that it pans out for men. And with women, if you're a large woman, you're not as attractive as smaller, petite women. That's just reality. I'm not trying
I think it's even beyond attractiveness. I think, some of this stuff that we look for to indicate health, well-being that are deep in our psychology, that, they're young and vibrant. Height is one of them. I mean, even babies tiny newborn babies prefer symmetrical faces.
Yep.
There is something deep in our minds that looks to seek for indicators of health or strength or whatever it is. I just think, maybe he could never have been president, but I just think the way his team handled this was
how tall is the
a bigger issue.
Demented guy in the office right now, Mr. Biden? How tall
Biden's
is
6
he?
foot.
He's 6 feet. Wow. Okay.
Imagine if Ron just said, "Well, I can't accept the gift, but I can try him on," and then stood up and put him on.
You got to get out of the lifts. They're probably tough to get out of, though.
Well, then you would see it.
Because the thing about it is that this clip, this image right here, man, it's like the third time we've talked about this. The front of his foot looks like it's smashed up against the boot, like it's really tight on his foot.
There's a clip from an old late night show when Jake Gyllenhaal, people are like, how tall is he? And so he just takes off his shoes and they measure him on the set of whatever generic late night show it is. And he comes up less than 6 foot, maybe 5'11", maybe 5'10", and he just sort of nods along and laughs with it. And then that question just dies away. No one asks that anymore. And I think making this into sort of an internet meme is way worse.
It's terrible.
Wow.
It just makes him look like a joke. It makes him look insecure. I mean,
but outside of this, Patrick Bet David asking him the question was a tremendous opportunity to end it, and he doesn't have the charisma to do that. His response is, well, first of all, the fact that he's never seen it.
But that's a lie.
he's seen it. Probably cries himself to sleep watching it.
But that's just the thing. He should have been like, oh, I've seen this clip. Yeah, that's a good one. It's not real. But instead he's like, what? I've never seen this. It's like, you've never seen it? No. Then you got a terrible PR team that's not actually, I wonder if it's true. He really has never seen it.
Which would make it seem like his PR team is like, he's so insecure about his height, we have to hide it from him. No, that's not great either.
He hired the worst possible people in communications imaginable who took the front runner to the bottom.
Yeah.
If you're the president, if you're running for the office of president and you don't think that image is important, you're gonna lose. Period. Yeah. You have to understand that that most people make their decision about you with their gut. They don't think about it. They rationalize their emotional reaction after the fact. That's just the way human beings work. If you don't portray yourself in a charismatic way, the reason people love Trump is because he's charismatic in a way that's attractive to them. And that's also the thing that some people find repulsive. Nobody likes Trump because of his policies, because Trump doesn't have any policies. The policies are going to change depending on the last person he spoke to. No one.
Well, hold on.
That's true.
No. His policies change depending on what Tucker Carlson said that night.
Fair enough. Okay, depending on what Tucker Carlson.
But to be fair, there's that Tucker Carlson anchor on Trump. You know what I mean?
I think that Tucker Carlson puts thought into into the policies that he would or would not back. I don't think Trump does. I think Trump is just driven by his gut.
See, but we can forgive stuff that Trump does
because
of his
charismatic.
Charisma. You can't forgive DeSantis because he's like a lump on a log. It's just, it doesn't work.